Good morning, everybody. Today is October 13th, 2025. Um, Today is a bank holiday. It is Columbus Day. So, might not do much trading today or at all. I don't like trading on bank holidays. That is typically one of my rules, and I don't want to stray away from that rule. But I thought, already waking up and completely forgetting it's a bank holiday, I think it's good to go over some of my strategy, what are my main focuses, just like how I see the market, how I trade the market. I think that could be useful to anyone who is watching, um, just to go over that information. Information is free. Please take advantage of it. I beg you. Or else are you going to get free quality information from someone? Everyone charges you nowadays. All right. Share my screen. Right. I have an updated trading plan. If anyone would like to see it, if anyone watches my live, it's in my bio. It's just a simple Google Doc. It'll go over everything that I do, plus information about bookmap and basic entries and whatnot. I've been seeing a lot of big money at play too, right? Wait for all this to load. That's interesting. All right, the thing about bank holiday, guys, it's very, very consolidated a lot of the times. Today already seen a good opening, but it's not the best day to trade, right? If you are trading today, please be extremely cautious that I ask you, right? There's no point in FOMOing today. It is just a Monday. There's another day made. Well, my stuff loaded. I'll get in to talk about it. Interesting. Nah, not big money at play. All right. So the first thing I want to go over is why you shouldn't trade a bank holiday, right? Typically, bank holidays, they won't have big players. What do I mean by that? Big players, meaning big orders in the order book, meaning the thing that drives price and the thing that gives liquidity to price, right? As you see here, we don't have any big orders, nothing above 50, right? We do see some icebergs, but looks like just sitting icebergs. So, I mean, there's still some big orders, maybe some big players trading today. Yes, it's possible. We had big news, right? But look at that. I mean, oh my God, what the hell? Ugh. Extremely choppy, right? A lot of falling today. Lack of liquidity, 50-point move completely taps you out. some bias proofs. Okay. Good time to go over, right? So what is the first thing I come into the morning, right? First thing I come into the morning, simple, easy, mark out my 15-minute opening range, right? I have my New York VWAP on, which I slap on right here at that 8:30 candle. I do live in Chicago, so for me, market opens at 8:30, and then I have my overnight, right? These three are the only things that are going to be on my bar chart. All right, my bar chart is the least focused thing I look at. It's just where I make my executions, right? But it also helps me detect order flow, right? Thing about bookmap for me, it's already so colorful, so it's hard to detect what's going on, right? And I also have my key levels here established that I don't have on bookmap. My key levels are my weekly highs, my daily highs, right? There's an indicator where you can look at for that. It's called Asian Session Range, FX, and if you want to use that indicator, it is free. All right, so I have my levels marked out. We got what it looks like. That is last week's low and last week's high. And then we have the week's low and week's high as well. And whatever the targets may be for that. All right, so what I look at is direction, right? Where is price most likely to go, right? We're coming down. We break below overnight for the first time since London session. So that means there are sellers coming into a price region, right? And then you look at the overall higher time frame. The overall higher time frame for me is just the 15-minute. It's the one I look at. If I'm trading in the 1 minute, I'm looking in the 15-minute, right? Are we in the premium or are we in the discount of the overall range, right? Right now, we're in the middle of the range, right? Means it's consolidating. Price is consolidating. You're most likely not going to end up taking a trade here, right? The reason I'm not trading today is it's already a bank holiday. So you don't know where the hell price is going to go, right? And you're already in a consolidated zone of the total range that you see right here, right? I mean, that's simple things, simple market structure play, right? Premium and discount. Are you in the discount or are you in the premium, right? If you don't know, check the overall time frame and then choose the direction where price may go, right? That may be off VWAPs, whatever it is. That is the simplest thing for you to do, right? I always say the simplest thing to do is predict where price is going to end up today, right? 80%, 90% of the time I get it correct. But I still take losers that day, right? Because what matters is at what time you take it and at what great price you're taking it at, right? Some of you guys want to enter down here. You enter and you got the longs and you made it. Some people, entered for longs up here, right? In a consolidated zone like this, in this choppy kind of range, that's a terrible idea. I would not recommend doing that, right? You wait until price either comes into this discount zone, whatever it may be, right? You're looking at maybe Asia low, right? This case, London low, the week low, right? And then what's your next target, right? You're picking your next target. Is it the week high? Is it last week's high, right? That's the decision you have to make for yourself, right? The VWAPs will tell you what direction price is most likely going to be moving towards, right? And that's what I look at the bar chart for. Then we have bookmap, right? Let's switch this up. My bookmap tells me essentially where liquidity is, right? Where the big players are and where the liquidity is. And then tells me the strengths and all that kind of stuff, right? So what am I looking at for bookmap? For bookmap, I'm looking for levels, right? We got liquidity, let's say for today, right? We have liquidity at 24,950 and we have liquidity at 25,100. 25,100. Okay, that makes sense. That's near Friday's New Year view up, right? I also have Friday's New Year's view up, guys, if you didn't know, right? So you see if this liquidity is corresponding to any actual level on the chart, right? Is liquidity near a key price level, right? A higher chance of it being an actual confluence of where price could go, right? If it's at last week's low, last week's high, is it at Asia low, Asia high, at New York VWAP, right? Whatever that liquidity is at whatever price range, right? And whatever key level it's at, the better of a confluence is going to be, right? Your confluences are going to be based off where the liquidity levels are and if they're at a key level or not, right? If they're not at a key level, it's going to be less accurate of a target, right? Next thing I'm looking at is also order flow. Or do we have a bearish order flow or do we have a bullish order flow, right? We're bullish, right? And then order flow switch bearish, right? So we came into this price level and then orders started disappearing, right? And then created this bearish order flow. You got big money come in and you got a sweep of these lows, right? I also I want to put in the ATR too. I don't know if I have the ATR here. Oh, they don't have ATR. ADX. No, that's not it. Let me see. Okay. I want to add the ATR, but it doesn't seem like it's there. I don't know if I can. ATR, average true range. Can I not get it presentable on my chart? No, that just doesn't look clean. Whatever. All right. So as I was saying, you're gonna look where the big players are, where the liquidity is, and then you're gonna see order flow, right? If order flow is not matching to where your price target is, wait for it to actually set up for you, right? What does that mean? As simple as higher highs and higher lows, right? We're making lower highs. Ooh, we got this big bearish pressure, and then who comes in to switch it up, right? Boom, buyers right here. 100 icebergs, send price back up, right? And then we come down, we hit some ice, and then we coming back up, right? We got the order flow. What we have here looks like we're getting a switch of direction for right now, right? We got, valid sellers stepping in. And if there are no valid buyers stepping in, then you're assuming the price is going to switch order flow, right? The best confluence you can get when the order flow switches is when orders get deleted, right? What do you mean, Matt? What do you mean they get deleted? I mean they literally get deleted. Like a set of orders to the upside or downside removes this consolidation zone, and let's say, buyers disappear right here, boom, big sell targets, right? Or sellers disappear from here, and boom, big upside targets. It's going to target the next pocket of liquidity, right? Whereas when there's less liquidity in the way of for the buyers or sellers, the quicker the price is going to move into either the corresponding trend or to the corresponding downtrend, right? And that's basic auction market theory, right? You have this accumulation, right, accumulation downwards, right? So that means price is what's the word for it? God, I can't think today. All right, let's just say price is accumulating downward, right? There is an uneven amount of buyers and sellers in the market. In this case, there's sellers, right? We have 187 icebergs. They come in, boom, big drop in the market. What happens after that? Price comes into a little consolidation, right? Typically, you'll see a longer consolidation, right? That means buyers and sellers are at a fair price at that time, right? So what happens here? We got a little consolidation. We're going up and down, right? Until what? Someone decides to think that, hey, this is actually a fair price for me to buy. We're going to buy. What happens next, right? Creates an accumulation upwards, right? That's what you're going to see in the market all the time, right? You're going to see this accumulation upwards, and then you're going to see this little consolidation until someone steps in and says, hey, this is a fair price to buy or sell, right? And then they're going to drag either price down or up. So simple. And then you have a target sitting there waiting for you. It doesn't get simpler than that, right? Like right here, right? Came into a little consolidation, right? We're still in consolidation. And then someone's going to step in and say, hey, I like this price. This is a pretty good price to go long or short, right? And then boom, long, right? We have buyers step in, 138 icebergs. We have a set target at what we think is the next fair price. Right? And then it's just constant motion, right? Upwards, downwards, or you're stuck in the middle, right? The worst thing you could do is get stuck in the middle, right? Because price can vary, right? If price is already accumulating upwards and you see a little small pullback, but you still see, hey, we're still going up. This was just a little, fractal pullback. Then yeah, that's the perfect time to step in and try to hit your targets. But if you're entering here, right, you're like, I want to go short, but this might be a fractal pullback. I'm not sure. You wait until this little consolidation, this 5 minutes of I don't know where price is going to go sets, and then you see who hops in, right? Buyers or sellers that hopping in. All right. Right now, what I can see is we're sweeping stops, right? That means we're accumulating upwards. We're taking out players in the market, right? The next thing I'm going to go over is how to look at these icebergs, right? Icebergs, right? There's two things you want to look at with icebergs, right? Icebergs that are sitting icebergs that just get hit while prices accumulating upwards or downwards, or icebergs like these. You see this green or this purple one, right? Those are manually put in icebergs that are filled at that time, right? All get filled, and those are the ones that are going to be the catalysts that kind of move price forward or downward, right? What I like to see, right, is when sitting icebergs get hit, right? If, let's say, order flow changes, right, and we start accumulating upwards, right? People would think, oh, we hit 179 icebergs, right, of sitting liquidity, and we start going down a little bit. Hey, Matt, why did we start going back up? Brother, those were sitting icebergs. That's just liquidity, right? You have to realize if price is just liquidity or a catalyst trying to move price upwards, right? In this case, it was sitting liquidity, and then we had corresponding like buying pressure, actually more buying pressure, which continued to move price upwards, right? And then we were going up, we're sweeping buy stops, sweeping sell stops, boom, another 390 icebergs, instant move upwards. Oh, boom, 102 icebergs, right? We got some sell icebergs to take the market down a little bit, sweep stops, and then boom, right? Another accumulation higher. Boom, more icebergs, right? But Matt, we're shredding through sell icebergs. Those are just sitting liquidity, guys. This is just sitting liquidity waiting to get hit, right? Those have been sitting there, and they're going to accumulate upward, right? Until we either see manually input icebergs, right? And we see a big reaction, right? Because the volume is going to tell the story at the end of the day, right? You wait for the volume to tell you the story, and then you react off that volume, right? Like right here, you got 69 input icebergs, right? And then you're going to check, right, to see if that iceberg is going to be a catalyst to move forward, or is it going to be a reason to start moving downward, right? We're getting sell pressure, right? Was that not enough, right? You're going to look at that, right? We saw manually input icebergs. We have 154 buy icebergs. Is this just sitting liquidity, which sellers want to take up now, right? We swept a lot of buy stops, right? So we took a lot of players out of the market. Is this a fair price to start going downward, right? Because these buy icebergs are just sitting there and they're not really moving the market anymore. And we have 84 sell icebergs that got hit, right? Were they sitting right here or were they sitting right here, right? We don't know. We're gonna wait and see a reaction, right? Right, and we're seeing this reaction coming downward. Could this be a catalyst to move downward? I'm not sure because I want to see either a consolidation or a mean reversion of equal volume, right? What does that mean? Matt, what is an equal reversion, right? A reversion is when price doesn't come into this fair price zone and start consolidating and moving the opposite direction. A mean reversion is when price comes into an order level and instantly shoots upward or downward, right? In this case, we're shooting downward pretty fast at equal volumes, right? All right, price slowed down in volume, still going up, and then boom, big drop in the market, right? Sellers came into play, buyers weren't holding this position anymore, became resting liquidity, right? And then we sweep them down. Right? And we're still sweeping downward, right? So that's a mean reversion. Like, hey, we're way above fair asking price. We need to lower price down a little bit, right? That's what these buyers or sellers are thinking. Right now, we're going to see a lot of algo orders, right? Once these algo orders start getting created, that's when you're going to come into a little fair price zone, right? Like a lot of you guys think like, oh, like why is it equal on both sides, right? I say this all the time, right? When algorithms and liquidity is equal at both sides, that means price is coming into a fair zone. If price is at a fair zone, you wait for a breakout out of this fair zone, right? You see if there's a wall of liquidity, either buy or sell icebergs, right? You track the order flow. We've been bullish, right? So for me to see if price is going to break out of this little zone that we're going to create, right? You have to wait for the reaction, right? Well, how do you know it's a fair price zone? Do you not see all the algos playing games right now? We got 50 algos playing games right here, like 50 contracts with an algo. I mean, they're constantly switching orders. We're getting more liquidity up to the downside and to the top side, you know? Okay, so we're going to wait for this consolidation to break, right? Right? What the shit won't let me out of it. Right? This becomes your consolidation zone, right? And then we see orders clear up, which could be a catalyst to move either up or down. So you wait for the reaction, right? And we're seeing bullish volume coming in. Wait, pace of shape is changing. You wait, right? You wait for the reaction, right? You have to be reactionary. You have to see where price is going to go next. You don't just make an infrared decision and like, oh, well, you know, I see green. Let me go long. No, you gotta wait for confirmation, right? You're still stuck in this range of fair value, right? Because price pulled back. He said, "Hey, we're a little too high," right? And then we're gonna start going upwards, right? Or it could be a sweep. You don't know, right? You wait for confirmation. Buyers are in control. Pace of tape shows that. But wait, we're coming downward. Right? And then I want to go over these indicators as well. So right here is just pace of tape imbalance. Will just show me if like what kind of rate of buyers or sellers there are. Volume pressure, just how much volume is coming in. So yeah, 3 million seller volume, 3 million buyer volume. I got my icebergs. We got 300,000, 27, right? This is buy. This is sell. No, sorry, sell, buy, and then we got price change, right? So that's just going to show if buyers or sellers, and are in strength or in control. Right. So what did I say, guys? Right. Once algos start building up, we're going to come into a fair value, right? That's when these algos are going to start whipsawing you to death, right? It's like, hey, we're going to come to this fair value and then get fucking whipsawed. Like, fuck you, right? Are we still going to hit this price level? Maybe, right? But we need to wait till we see some kind of big buyer, big seller come into the market to tell us, hey, I'm buying and selling at this, at this level. You make your decision from there on out, right? But that's going to be an ultimate catalyst in the market, right? Only one player is going to be able to move the market or not, right? One player has a difference on either you winning or you losing, right? And a lot of people can't, they don't think that's true. One player who makes a more informed decision than you on the market is going to beat you in the market and take you out of the market, right? So it's for you to be best is to be well educated, understanding what's going on, and then make an infrared decision from there to be correct with the market. Right. So we're seeing icebergs getting swept to the downside, right? Because we're seeing a negative reaction, right? If we're seeing a negative reaction to buy icebergs, that means that sellers are targeting liquidity, hidden liquidity down to the side, right? If we see a positive reaction with those icebergs, that means that that's input liquidity trying to move price upwards, right? But for me to see if we're going to break out of this price range, I need these algos to disappear. I don't want these algos in my way trading, right? If I'm trying to enter in, right? Sometimes I enter in consolidation, but that's just purely based on order flow, right? If I'm going to make an infra decision, right? Let's say you want to enter in this consolidation for God knows what reason, right? At least enter in based off the order flow, right? Order flow is showing big buyer pressure, sweeping sell icebergs and buy stops, right? So it's trying to take sellers out of the market, and then we're coming into this fair value zone, right? At this fair value zone, right? I'm trying to make an infrared decision if we're going to reach this target level, or are there any other target levels on the bottom, right? To the downside. Well, I don't see any hidden target levels to the downside. So I'm assuming that we're going to probably hit the 24,950 level or the 2,500 level, right? You're going to make your decision based off that, right? Is it the right decision? You never know because price can pull back to VWAP, right? Orders can get created out of nowhere like we see here, right? Orders just stepped in right here, right? So that means price could pull back to those orders, right? That becomes a new probability, right? But it's for you to see if that probability is valid or not, right? In this case, right, we could see that we're still getting good volume pressure. We see that's, buyers don't want to give up their position. We're seeing, big players still coming into the game, still trying to sweep the sellers out, right? And probably hit that target right over here. right? Or we're going to see sellers take over soon, right? There's no in between, right? But first, you want to see these algos get removed, right? I want to see this order or these orders get removed and start targeting the downside, right? You have to make your decision from there. Right here, we'll show you that also we're in consolidation, right? Current chart volume profile and chart range trades counter, right? This will show you where orders are and where most likely the consolidation is going to be, because that's going to have the vast amount of orders, right? The less orders there are to the upside or downside, the easier price was going to flow through them, right? Because there's not going to be as many buyers or sellers, right? So it's going to be an unequal amount of buyers and sellers that's going to move the price in, unbiasedly in the one direction or the other, right? Right? So are we oh my god, I hate this shit. Are we chasing these orders up here? Or are we targeting New York VWAP down here, right? Come down to lower level, right? We got some fluff orders in too. Right? We're still waiting for the breakout right here. We still see algo orders, right? Some of them have disappeared. You saw these orders get disappeared from right here. But what came to fill those orders, right? We have fluff orders now. There's some guy playing games. We hate that. We hate guys that play games, right? But most likely price, since I see a deletion of orders from the top side, I'm assuming we're going to target New York VWAP and overnight, which is at like 24,812, right? So that's right about here, or 24,850, right? That's opening range, right? We're going to come back now, right? If these price levels get deleted, right? I don't know with fluff orders now, it's going to get a little bit more difficult to tell, but it's up to you to make that inferred decision. Are we going to break out of this range? We had this ice wall, right? 159 sellers. That price did not want to break through, right? So pocket of liquidity, a little structured zone, which price would not come over, right? And then once price started moving down, those orders got deleted, and now we have new targets to the downside, right? If I were to enter in right now, I'd wait for the break, right? I'd try to see more volume on the break, and I would target either New York or overnight, right? But I'd be cautious first, right? I'm gonna wait for that volume to kick in, right? Either the buy ice or sell ice, right? If I'm seeing resting liquidity get hit, right, I know price is gonna travel downward. See, right? Then that would be a better confirmation for you to take. We're hitting resting liquidity. We're now moving downward, right? We're getting input, sell icebergs. You gotta wait and see what happens, right? All right, if you're gonna take the short from the top right here, have your stop above these highs, or we have a weekly high right about here, right? But those orders got deleted. So that gives me better confirmation that we can start going downward, right? Unless we switch up, which we can. And in this case, we did, right? So those fluff orders are trying to project price up a little bit higher for a better price. Man, that can happen, right? Market's random. Sometimes these orders get filled, sometimes they don't, right? Well, actually, they never get filled, but they always drag price up or down. So now you're going to see, since price came back to a better value, it's going to start moving downward. Those are all algo orders to the top. So there's some algos trying to play games, try to create new orders, right? But it's not sustainable. There's not enough buying volume coming in. It looks like sellers are trying to break out of this fair value. They say, hey, this is too high, right? I don't really care about these fake orders. Let me move downward, right? Market's still reacting to these fake orders, but it's still trying to break that value range back to the downside to target either New York or overnight and try to unload their shares at a better value price, right? Price came up too high, came into fair value, boom, accumulation downward. I actually would not mind taking the short right here. Unwise decision, but fuck it. Who would I be if I wasn't following my plan? Nice. Called that out perfectly. And then you're trying to see what that target level is, right? We're coming up to Asia high, right? So I want to make sure it sweeps through Asia high. Sweeps through those orders, then the next valid zone is opening range high, right? Looks like we're breaking through Asia high. Coming into opening range. Are we going to sweep opening range, right? That's what you're trying to find, right? Looks like we hit a pocket of liquidity. Looks like buyers absorb that kind of move a little bit. Now we're going to see a stationary reaction, right? Is price going to still drag downward? That's my big question, right? Is it going to reach its target or not? It looks like it might, right? It's coming back down to New York VWAP. We're going to see that reaction off New York VWAP. And we're sweeping New York VWAP, and we're coming into overnight. Right? It looks like buyers are coming in at New York VWAP. Right? We're going to see if those buyers are valid at New York VWAP. Base of tape shows buyers are coming in a little bit. We got a buyer volume, right? I'm going to wait. I'm going to see this come down a little bit lower, right? I still see the volume. I still see us coming into overnight, right? And we swept overnight. And we're still falling, still falling. Still falling. Next target's probably going to be low of day range. I'm up $313 on this position right now. We got some sell icebergs manually input in. See some buyers stepping in, but looks like sellers are going to probably take this over anyways. All right, we swept overnight, so I want to see if buyers overtake overnight, unload their shares there or not. But it seems very unlikely at this point of time. Okay. Unless it's a sweep of liquidity. I'm just trying to make sure, right? We did move a lot. We moved about 100 points. So we are coming back up to pockets of liquidity. All right, we're reacting to New York VWAP. Let's see if we blast through New York VWAP or not. Looks like we are. All right, ready to step out of this position very soon. Absorption at opening range high. See if it's valid. We got sell icebergs coming in. Oh, I'm going to add into this position. Nice. Nice. Should see more movement to the downside unless we're holding overnight. There's a liquidity wall overnight. Man, buyers, get the fuck out of here. Stop trying to step in my overnight. Looks like we're sweeping liquidity. Oh, yeah. This should be an easy move downward. Target lower range. Unless we're coming back up, I can't tell. orders flow switching. Yeah, but sellers are still holding the position. Put some icebergs, put in. Yeah, I think we're still going lower, guys. All right. Should see a big push. What we saw before was a fractal pullback. Right now we're creating equal lows, but I'm seeing the seller volume coming in. So I'm just gonna stick to that, right? No point in changing the position for right now. I'll wait for a discretionary reaction. See some algos playing games, but there it is. Some buy icebergs that are gonna get swept, probably. No, this might be some valid buy icebergs. Unless they're getting swept, I can't tell. Oh, position cooked. I don't know. We're sweeping overnight again. Or are we? I can't tell. Algos are playing games right now. We might came into a price of fair value. This might be a fractal pullback. I'm not sure. Maybe not. Maybe we need more liquidity. If we want to drag price lower. Buyers are disappearing again. There's more sellers than buyers right now. Yeah, there it is. These are the algos playing games, guys. Once we come to an area of fair value and see these equal opposite reactions, right? You gotta wait for that break. Looks like we're getting that break right now. Waiting for targets to get created to the downside. So I don't know if the targets up to the upside are going to be valid or not. All right. Woo. Damn. Oh, sweeping overnight again? Shit. I'll take another sell position on this. I like this. Getting whipsawed to death right now. Oh! No way. Whole position got cooked. We're in the negatives now. Oh, stupid of me to add in. I should have took profits. This is why I don't trade bank holidays, man. There goes my whole fucking position. Fuck me. Shit, dude, I'm down $200. Are you fucking kidding me? Guys, I got greedy. Order flow switch bullish. I should get out of position. 200. Wait for this reaction off. Asia high. Oh, jeez. That's what I get for trading a bank holiday, guys. Hell nah. Fuck me. Why didn't I take profits? I might be screwed here. Do see volume slowing down. Sellers are picking up, but it's not much. See, it looks like buyers still want to take it. So I might have to hop out of this position for a big loss. Oh, that was so stupid of me. Oh, God. I'm getting whiplash to death by algos. Ah, fuck. I might have to hop out of position extremely soon. I don't see this going my way at all. Fuck me. Not a loss I wanted to take today. Especially not this big. Why did I let emotions get the best of me? Oh, that's nice. God coming to the rescue. Hopefully. Oh, wow. That's a lot of selling pressure. God damn. Oh, wow. I'm back in profit. Sweet. I was. Oh, okay. Still hold this position, I guess. See if we're going lower. Looks like we are. All right. Cool. See how we react off New York. Okay. Not good. Oh, 126 icebergs input. Oh. Still hold this position. Oh, this is why I don't trade bank holidays, man. Get whipsawed to death. Still a lot of sell orders. I'm assuming it's going to target New York view up again. Or an overnight. Just waiting for it to pick up again. They're already at a price imbalance. Oh, we got a large stack of orders. We just hit. See us break New Year view up. That'd be nice. Yikes, man. And these algos playing games today, bro. I'm sitting out every bank holiday after this. And there's no way I'm trading another bank holiday after what I've seen today. Jeez. We just finally moved downward? As we're supposed to? Thank you. Target's still low of day. Blasting through it. There we go. Reacting to overnight. We should see this push lower. If we don't, I'd be very surprised. Those buyers got absorbed. Sellers got absorbed, I mean. That's so interesting. Oh, hell nah. What the actual fuck is going on, dude? Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, shit. All right. High volume bank days. Fuck is we talking about? Reacting to overnight again. I don't see us holding overnight. Broke overnight. Still holding this to the low of day. Gotta have diamond hands, man. Whoa, what the hell is going on? A bunch of buyers or sellers step in. Sellers hit a big pocket of icebergs. Huh. Yeah, sellers want to take this down lower. How much lower? I don't know. Waiting for the reaction, of course. Here it comes. Soon, hopefully. Got a large imbalance of sellers and buyers. Come on. There's nothing holding you up. Sweet. Oh, those orders got removed. Nice. Should see a sweep lower. Nice. $700 on the day, guys. We qualified for a fucking payout, boys. I made $53,114 on my Tradeify funded account. And your boy's getting paid. Fuck is you talking about? 643 on the day. I'm not gonna hold any lower. I wanted just to get the payout today. I wasn't even gonna trade today, but I took one entry, right? Explained it throughout the stream. Took it. Bad re-entries, whatever. You know, it is what it is, right? Price came up to a consolidated price zone. What did I say? Wait until we break out of it, right? I added in two more after I saw New York and overnight get rejected. Came back to this upper region, and then we saw this imbalance come back again after the slow volume, right? Volume slowed down, inversion, held New York for a little bit, and then finally broke it. And then I got out at this very bottom right here. I did call it. Even on bank holidays, I can call it. But hope you guys like the stream. I'm hopping off. I qualified for my payout. So hope you guys are doing well. And yeah, you guys have a great day. Thanks.